What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Heat Ray Vision podcast. This is Hav, and we got here next to me, I got Hector.
Yo.
And we're here to give you guys our review on the new horror movie that just came out, M3GAN. Before we get started, though, we want to remind you guys that you can listen to our podcast on SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. You can follow our socials at Heat Ray Vision Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yep. And listen, Hav. New year, new me. New year, new choninos. New underwear, new socks.
Wait.
Because Christmas happened, right?
Okay.
You know how you get socks and undies and shit for Christmas? Hey, new me?
Okay.
Let's be real. Hey, I'm going to be real. I don't get new stuff for that until like it's Christmas or something.
So you feel like a changed man.
Yeah, bro. like you know that feeling when you put on brand new boxers or brand new briefs and like you feel that support and it feels great. That's how I'm fucking feeling today, bro. For the new year, bro. New year, new me. But yeah, this is the first movie that we're reviewing in the new year, and the first horror movie, right? Mm-hmm. And
for season 2.
For season 2, right? Season 2 of Heat Ray Vision. It's gonna be a cool year, man. It's gonna be dope.
A lot coming out this year.
Yes, a lot
of shit going on.
But yeah, so let's get into it. This is it's gonna be one of our shorter reviews just because we're restricted on time right now. But yeah, dude, M3GAN, bro. When I saw the trailer, right? Let's talk about the trailer real quick, bro. When I saw the trailer, I was intrigued. Killer doll, right? Chucky shit. Bride of Chucky. Mm-hmm.
You said second bride,
right?
That's what you said.
Yeah. Like it could be Chuck. It could be M3GAN v Chucky. The sequel, M3GAN v Chucky, M3GAN in outer space, or or Chucky or Chucky's second bride, M3GAN or some shit. But I'm into all of it. So when I saw it, I was like, killer doll, cool. We don't really get it. Like, the only killer dolls we have that I know of is Chucky, Annabelle, and the boy. But like Annabelle and the boy, like I get it. I mostly like the moving motherfuckers, like they're actually moving, trying to get at you. Yeah, right? And so that's what this was. I was hyped. But in the trailer, there were some goofy moments. We see her like dancing. Yeah. Weird ass shit. She's crawling like a bear in the woods. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And not only that, it released in January. Right? Yeah. So do you want to explain to people why is it a red flag?
So movies that come out in January are always red flags. And they're red flags because movies that have come out in January in recent times are movies that always do bad. Now, when I say do bad, I don't mean like, oh, a lot of people didn't go see it. Even though that is the case, what I mean is that the movie itself is a bad movie. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this happens, but people say that like studios, for like movie studios, will take a movie that if they have no faith, if they just think the movie's not going to be good, they're like, fuck it, let's release it in January. Like January is known as the month where just shitty movies always come out. Like it's just January, like nothing really comes out. February is when shit starts to kind of pick up. The summer movie season, you ever heard that phrase before? The summer movie season. You're right. It's because the summertime is when like the big hitters come out. Right. Of which this year, that's
what is that?
Oppenheimer, Mario,
what else?
A bunch of other movies too, like Barbie, and we're getting the Gran Turismo movie.
Surprisingly, not Marvel. We don't have, there's not a Marvel.
The Marvels.
Oh, right.
We're getting the Captain Marvel / Miss Marvel / Monica Rambeau movie. Because Ant-Man's next month.
Yeah, bro.
So Ant-Man is next month. That's not summertime. But yeah, so summer movie, like the summer movie season. That's the thing, because summer movies are when the big heavy hitters come out type of shit.
And surprisingly, man, I think you mentioned it before, Hav. You said that M3GAN got lucky. Because I've seen that the budget for this movie was $12 million, right? And they hit just now. What was it again? $40 million.
I just saw that it hit 30.2.
30.2. Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong on that. But that's they made hella money. Yeah, and a lot of good reviews.
My thing is, I thought this movie was gonna be trash. Like like you remember, like when we saw
yeah.
the trailer, I was like,
Like,
this movie might not do good because one, it's coming out in January.
Yep.
Second, it's a horror movie coming out in January.
Yep.
So it's probably gonna be one of those generic like whatever horror movies, forgettable horror movies
Right.
shit. And I told Hector, I said the only thing that I have somewhat a little bit of hope for this movie was that the story was actually written by James Wan, and that dude is known for writing and directing the first ever Saw movie.
Yeah.
He did Conjuring 1 and 2. He also did Aquaman, which is not horror, but I still liked it.
Yeah.
He did Fast and Furious 7. That's the one with Jason Statham was the villain. So like, when I heard that he didn't, the thing though is like, I'm like, oh cool, he made the story, but he's not directing though. So like, it's like you gain something, but then you lose it, and then it's just like it legit for me. It's, I wouldn't say 50-50. I'd say it was like a 70 fail, 30% win.
Right.
I was like, whatever, we'll see, because it's still a horror movie coming out in January, and I had no faith. I was just like, let's see. I guess like what. We'll see what happens.
Right. And speaking on him writing the story, or like him coming up with the story, the person who directed, we don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
I've never heard of him.
And didn't we? I think we talked about it. Was this his directorial debut?
I think it was.
Oh, okay.
I think I read somewhere that this is the first movie he made.
Oh, okay.
So like, he didn't even have his own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
So I couldn't click on it and be like, oh, what other movies has this motherfucker done? Just nothing came up.
Right.
Or I should say, he didn't even have his own Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like black text. It wasn't blue where you could click on it. It's a link. It just didn't have any text. So I was just like, oh, damn. So I was like, well, like I said, bro, it's just not looking good, man. First time director, motherfucker's never done anything.
Yeah, true. I get it.
Horror movie coming out in January. So you could see like why I had so many red flags. I'm like, I just don't.
And you thought it was gonna be trash, right?
Yeah.
Like,
or at least mid at best.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. And I still wanted to go see it because like, I'm easily like, my interest can be easily grabbed, I guess, in a way, like if it's even though it looks kind of weird, I still wanted to see it just because it was like a killer doll type shit, and I like the premise of it. I'm like, you know what, bro, fuck, I want to go see it. And people and I definitely thanks Hop for going to see it with me. But obviously the person that didn't want to go see it was Mario. Come on, guys, you know Mario, man. He just didn't want to go see it because he said it was gonna be trash. He doesn't want to spend money on this movie, and
he said like, that I'm not really into the whole killer doll horror bullshit. And it's like, bro, what?
It's like, all right, bro.
So
like, trying to be different, like. Like, okay, you don't like killer dolls, but
you fuck with Chucky.
For real, like, what? Whatever, bro. But yeah, so he's not, that's why he's not here. And honestly, man, I feel like he would have liked it, maybe, because surprisingly, man, I enjoyed this movie.
I also really did enjoy this movie.
Like, I'd enjoyed it more than I expected.
Yes, I did too.
And I could see why. And like, as hyping it up before we saw the movie, I was sending you like Rotten Tomato reviews or like scores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're all high, and you're like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, what the heck is going on? And honestly, dude, another thing that I heard, bro, is that this movie was originally going to be rated R. That this movie was originally going to be rated R, but they changed the rating. They censored some things in the movie and to make it where PG-13 because it blew up on TikTok. And many people were talking about it on TikTok and stuff, like, you know, kind of how like TikTok were going crazy about smile type stuff. Yeah. And that's what I heard, that they censored it and they made it PG-13. If you don't believe me, we can fact check that.
No, it's not that I don't believe you. I'm making a face right now. I think that's why Hector said that. No, it's not that I don't believe you.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know if I like that. Because, like, if a movie was intended to be rated R, and then if they see that a movie gets traction on TikTok, and TikTok, if we're being honest, is a
mostly younger
social
audience.
Media platform aimed at younger audiences.
Yeah.
We're talking maybe, like, between the ages of, like, I don't want to say this age, because it's sad. It's sad to think that a child this young would use smartphones, but the sad reality of it is that we live in a technological generation, so I guess I have to say it. But like an age demographic where it's like 7 to like 15, right? I'm talking, what's 7? Elementary school to like late last year of middle school, 8th grade, right? I feel like TikTok mostly thrives for an age demographic that's like that, and which we're not in because we're older than that, obviously. But
Yeah.
I feel like the problem is that if a movie gets traction on social media like TikTok, and the studio
TikTok is a powerful social media site, man. It's very powerful. Look, like we saw what happened with Wednesday.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Smile. Stranger Things.
Yeah, but here's my issue. The issue that because like for the point that you brought up.
Yep.
You're saying like, oh, I guess they edited down.
They just censored some things, and I think I know
they
what.
censored certain things in the movie to make it PG-13. The only reason why they find that as an issue is because, for one, you're compromising the movie that the director intended to make.
Yeah.
You're now taking away the creative process, or should I say creative control away from the director from the movie that he intended to want to make.
Yeah.
Unless the movie comes out on DVD and they want to put out the unrated version. You know how some movies do like the unrated, uncut, like unrated director's cut. Like basically, it's like the way the director had intended it or whatever. But the only reason why that makes it weird is because like, what if a movie would have been better off rated R?
Yeah.
And then they censored it because it was blowing up. Okay, like let me give you this. Let me put it into his perspective. And this is a good one.
Yeah.
One horror movie that we're looking forward to that's coming out later this year is Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, that one.
You know, just based on the trailer, you know for a fact that fucking movie's rated R.
Yeah.
And let's say it gained traction on TikTok that the studio said we're gonna edit this bitch, make it PG-13, and it's not as bloody, it's not as fucked up, and it's not as creepy as the trailer played it up to be because they edited it to make it PG-13. Yeah. Think about that. Would you be like, what the fuck? Like
that's that's true, but I think it also depends of like how much they had, because I heard it was just minor censorship, and this is and obviously, guys, if you guys are new, if we forgot to mention, spoilers. So
yeah.
But so like okay, so in the kills, this is what I think, right? When M3GAN kills in this movie, we don't necessarily see like that. Okay, like that one scene where she kills that the neighbor, and she's spraying her face, but we don't get to see her face all fucked up though, right? We don't get to see those. We didn't get to see the boy get hit by a car. We didn't get to see his body all fucked up, right? We didn't get to see those things, and that's what I think they did. The minor shit.
Okay.
They just cut that out instead of actually showing it, because if they showed all that,
it would have been rated R.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay, I could see that.
That's what I think.
But what I don't want.
And like I said, this is what I heard, right? So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm trying to fact check this and stuff.
Right. But my thing is like I just want to make sure that this isn't like the domino effect where you like knock down that one domino, and now all these different studios are gonna start doing that to rated R movies just so they could just so they could what's it called, bring in another more audience members and shit like that. It's just I just hope movie studios don't
stray away from that.
Don't like do that with all their movies.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? Because I would feel like that would just compromise the movie.
Yes, this is right here. The director explains when they were reshooting and re-editing the film to get it down to PG-13.
Yeah, so they did reshoots.
Yeah, they did. Look right here.
Yeah.
So it says right here. Jerry blah, blah, blah explains that when they were reshooting and re-editing the film to get it down to PG-13 rating.
The changes added suspense and mystery, making the movie scarier than before.
I don't know.
If you're watching M3GAN absolutely terrifies you, blame the reshoots. So that's the title.
So
okay.
I guess he did. I guess they did re-edit some things to get it down to that, to appeal the younger audience. But
it didn't say the reason behind it was because it blew up on TikTok. Unless we click on the article and look into it, but
yeah, right. But I'm assuming, you know what I mean?
I could see it though,
because there was a lot of people talking about that movie. You know what I mean?
There were a lot of people talking about her fucking dance.
Well, still though, like
I feel like no one gave a fuck except for the dance. Like,
listen,
social media is so weird because they'll just
even if it's
just
that,
they'll just pick that one thing
and it blows it up. Yes, bro.
I don't understand that. Like with Stranger Things, no one touches on anything about Stranger Things. They just touch about the part where
Eddie.
Who?
Eddie?
Oh no, I'm talking about the.
What are you talking about?
I forgot her name. I'm talking about the girl
11?
that like gets possessed.
Oh,
and she listens to that song, and she gets lifted into the air.
Oh well, I was talking about Eddie, the where he's playing Metallica.
I honestly,
that one was everywhere too, dude.
Yeah, I saw more memes of people talking about the possessed girl, and how like she was possessed. She was in Vecna's world, and the only way to break her out of the spell was putting on the headphones and listening to that song. They saw people reposting that scene over and over. There's been people who sing covers of that song. You ever seen the video of that motherfucker, that emo dude on the picnic table? He's dressed all emo and shit. He's singing that fucking song. No. Are you haven't?
No.
It's been everywhere, bro. There's another one where like this family, like legit a mom and dad, sibling, like kids, right? They all dress up as characters from the show.
Oh,
and they all take turns singing different verses of the songs.
Well, like I said,
cringe. I'm sorry. I'm harsh, but like, oh god.
Listen, well, okay, I haven't seen that. You haven't seen about the Eddie stuff. We haven't. I've seen some M3GAN, but not all of it. And that's the beauty of TikTok is their algorithm, right? Is because based on shit that we like, that's what we'll get fed into. So that's why maybe we didn't see it. Maybe it was big. It wasn't just in our niche. That the TikTok.
I'm just pointing out how it's funny that people on social media will just pick one thing. Okay, let's again Wednesday. What's the one thing you saw?
That dancing shit
on the prom,
and it's not even. And I heard that the song that they use is not even in the
no, it's not the Lady Gaga song. No,
they just remixed.
It's not Bloody Mary. It's not. I don't know. It's some other song that plays in the back. But like, you see how weird
it's powerful, man.
TikTok is like social media. They pick. They're like, oh, imagine like it's like, oh man, this fucking Avengers movie was lit. But like they pick one scene from it, and it's like, it's like a comedy scene where like. I don't know, like Thor does a knock joke, bullshit.
Right.
And it's just like that's the one thing that blows, like,
and
like rather than bigging up the movie, like this movie's lit as hell, like you pick one little thing from the thing that people just choose to like it. I don't know.
It's big, bro. Like Smile was a big reason.
Who?
Smile, the movie.
Oh.
The Smile is a big reason why it did really well and it got big because of TikTok, dude.
Yeah,
TikTok is powerful as shit.
Well, for that one also, I felt like what helped was the marketing, was sending those real people that were smiling.
Yeah, and who was making a bunch of videos? People on TikTok. And they get millions of views, 100,000 likes.
Yeah. It's because what I was talking about was that people go out of their way and seek out the thing in that movie or show and chooses it to blow it up.
Well, no, okay. Let me say this. Let me tell you this. Just recently, I don't know who this person is. Like I said, there's this guy. I don't know his name. He's like a food reviewer on TikTok, right? And he does like these food reviews. He records himself food reviews.
Oh no!
And
it's not that Nick Ocado guy, is it?
No, I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
No.
That's the dude that does those food challenges.
And he always no. This guy, he's chill. Like he's
okay.
Like he's just chill and shit.
All right, cool.
And this is just an example of how powerful it is. Is that he went and tried out a restaurant, like a local restaurant. He reviewed it. He said it was bomb. Oh my god, you gotta try it. That business was not getting any customers. All of a sudden, skyrocketed because of TikTok. People from different towns, different states going to it. And guess what? It was on the fucking news.
Damn.
That's how powerful TikTok is. Of course, it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, TikTok is like a huge, like, it's really easy to reach people in your niche and all these different things, and it could definitely blow up a movie. And I feel like that's what happened with Wednesday, blew up because of it, right? Same with
because of the dance,
right?
And that was like
and Jenna Ortega, obviously she's like a A-list celebrity, bro. She's up there now because of Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And but yeah, let's get into this real quick, man. Fucking okay, so what I thought was kind of was like, oh shit, okay, is when we see Katie's parents die like so fast into the movie, bro.
No, I mean, I knew they were gonna die because I remembered in the trailer they talked about the parents died, and that this girl is actually the woman's niece, not her daughter.
Yeah.
So I knew, I was like, yeah, typical movie shit. We're gonna see the death before the title comes on. And sure enough, that's what happens. We see the fucking snowplow truck fuck them up, and then it goes on a black screen, and then it just says M3GAN. Like, movies always do that and stuff. But yeah. So we see the parents die in the beginning. The snowplow truck fucks them up and shit, which
is fucked. And then her aunt, which was it Gemma? Gemma? I think it's Gemma.
It's Gemma.
Gemma.
which is weird.
It's a strange name, huh?
I've
Gemma.
heard, I've known like 2 people with that name, but it was always pronounced Hema, not Gemma.
Hema.
So when I heard it, I'm like, I think y'all pronouncing it wrong. I think y'all like treating it like a real G. But like I've known people with that name and they pronounce it with an H sound.
Yeah.
So it's spelled with a G, but people I've heard people pronounce it as Hema.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. That's strange. But
so Gemma, she's
the aunt
and sister to
the mom that dies, and so she takes in the girl.
And she's an inventor. She works at this toy company.
She works for like those companies that make like Furby toys bullshit and like toys that are like AI programmed and stuff for the new generation of kids and stuff like that. And so if we had to break down this plot,
really quickly,
as simple as we can. So a woman takes in a girl who goes through like a bad experience.
Yeah.
So she gets a AI functioning doll to come and help this kid out.
Yeah.
And then it gets smart enough to where it starts to become like self-aware and evil and starts killing people.
Yeah.
So if that sounds familiar to people who are listening to the podcast,
right.
That's because this plot is almost identical to the 2019 reboot of Child's Play that we got. And it's literally the exact same movie. The only difference is that Chucky was programmed with all its safety protocols off and shit, and that's why it was evil. Whereas at this one, that M3GAN just became self-aware and just kind of learned to be
Gemma like said that they incorporated like something to where she is able to pick up on things and learn as the more time she spends with Katie, the little girl, and people and the world, she's able to learn and actually develop a personality or develop feelings and thoughts. And I thought that was pretty cool.
And my thing is that because these movies had an identical plot, and I've seen both of them, I honestly left when I was leaving M3GAN, I had this feeling. I had a feeling of like, this is what Child's Play reboot should have been.
Yeah.
This is what the movie should have been. What M3GAN did is what Child's Play 2019 should have been. Because instead, Child's Play 2019, my personal opinion, from the one time I saw it, I thought was a cool movie.
Yeah.
Not my favorite. I wouldn't recommend it to nobody.
If you're gonna watch Chucky, just watch the OG.
It's like, hey man, oh man, did you hear that they made a reboot of Child's Play? Should I watch it? And I'll be like, it's not the best thing you're gonna see, dude. Like honestly, like if you never saw that movie, you would die at the end of your life peacefully. Like no one would give you shit. Bullshit. You know what I mean?
If you'll die peacefully, my God. You're not
gonna die with regret.
Yeah, like
I didn't see 2019 Child's Play.
Y'all tripping on your deathbed of 2086. Fuck, I didn't see it. I didn't see Child's Play 2019 reboot. And then start slowly dying. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, bro.
Honestly, I forgot about it until you mentioned it today. I forgot about that fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's how forgettable it was for me, bro. Not gonna lie.
It's just okay. Like, oh, I get it. Like, it's a modern take on Chucky, but legit, the OG I felt like did it better. And I can go on and on as to why, but that's a whole different conversation. But leaving M3GAN, I was like, this is what 2019 Child's Play should have been, dude. Like, this is how they should have done it. But they just did things differently in those two movies.
Yeah,
and I personally felt like M3GAN was a much more superior movie than Child's Play in 2019.
Yeah, I agree with you. But honestly, bro, I'm kind of I low-key wanted to see more like fucked up shit. Like I actually wanted to like see that remember when she was spraying that the neighbors like with that acid shit?
Yeah.
I wanted to see her face, like, you know what I mean? Not popped out. Like I wanted to see the boy get ran over.
Well, sure.
I wanted to see like
but like you said,
things.
like the movie got edited and shit, so it's like
something like
who knows if the movie comes out on DVD and we get like a director's cut, unrated cut, they might actually have one where it, you know, has like the original shoots and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. This
so
movie definitely. I mean, okay, would you say it's a comedy horror?
No.
You want to say that?
No, it's a horror movie with comedic parts.
You think so?
Yes. It's different because a comedic horror comedic horror.
Well, I don't mean like
is like bodies, bodies, bodies.
Yeah.
How you described that movie to me, which I haven't seen, guys, but Hector has.
Yeah.
And he described it to me. That's more comedic horror.
Okay.
I feel as though M3GAN is a horror movie that had comedic parts. Like, and I drew comparisons.
But
to,
like it was, but like they knew like it was comedic though. Like they knew.
Well,
it was,
no,
like,
of course
like,
that was the intention. Because what you wouldn't want is you wouldn't want a movie that does something that was supposed to be taken serious, but it was so poorly executed that people laughed because it was trash.
Right.
So I drew comparisons to M3GAN is being a horror movie with comedic parts as to like what Barbarian was. Barbarian was a horror movie that had comedic parts. A lot of it had to do with Justin Long's character, the rape dude, the one that raped the actress and stuff, the one that lost the pilot and all that. I drew comparisons to Barbarian, where it's like Barbarian, I would argue, is a horror movie with comedic parts. But one thing that Barbarian and M3GAN does perfectly is that the comedic parts do not break the tone and do not break the tension of certain scenes. Like, imagine if there was a really scary scene of M3GAN just like killing a motherfucker, and it's scary, like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, we're all freaking out, and then someone looks at the camera. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So like, you know, when they like say a joke in a scene that where the joke should not have. So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is that both Barbarian and M3GAN knew how to incorporate comedic scenes that didn't compromise the tone of the movie as a whole. It felt well fleshed out. If there was a comedic scene, it was happening during a tone of the part of the movie that didn't make you feel suspenseful.
That's true.
Like the scene where Gemma was volunteering to make sandwiches for little group people in the forest. Whatever it was, like a little camp.
You said the little group people. You mean the kids?
No, like I just a little because it was a small group.
Oh,
and I know what children are.
I think you meant like
I knew what children are.
Those weird little group,
little people.
Yeah, the little group people. I'm like, what the fuck? You mean the kids?
Children?
You mean the children, bro?
No, like I just meant like little like as if there was a small group and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so like a good example of like of a comedic moment that happened in the movie that doesn't compromise the scene. Is it's a scene where you just see Gemma talking to some lady that's also there volunteering, and they're like, oh yeah, like I bring my son here and blah 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 and this and that, and he's like, which one's yours? Like, oh, he's right there. Hi Brandon, like, do you want me to make you a sandwich, honey? And then the son's like, fuck off, Holly. She's like, suck my dick, or like some bullshit. Like that shit made me laugh. But you see how that scene was, that scene did not happen in a scene where it's like, oh my god, like it's suspenseful. That's what I mean. If they had that scene if they had that like joke, that punchline where you're like, fuck off, Holly. If they had that in a suspenseful scene, it would kind of like kill the mood. You see what I mean? Like when something kills the mood. That's why when people hear me say break the tone, what does that mean? It just means killing the mood. Right? Your mood is, oh shit, I'm suspenseful. Oh my god, like I'm like closing my eyes because something's gonna happen. But then when something like a comedic part happens and it kills your mood, like, well, that motherfucker just made it funny, and now I'm not as scared as I was 3 seconds ago. That's what I mean. And this movie didn't have scenes like that where comedic moments compromised the tone.
But there were some scenes of the comedic scenes where it was kind of like, oh, like it's funny, but it's like, oh, what the fuck, like.
Well, sure.
Like, but you see, in people's eyes, I guess it could be campy or a bit like, I don't want to use the word cringe, but like for example, right, like that scene where M3GAN is in that facility. They're ready for their launch. They're gonna launch and shit
worldwide and stuff.
And she went ahead and killed that Asian boss and then the other person, right?
Are you talking? I think I remember going with this.
And she literally, well, I guess one of them when she was doing, you see in the trailer where she's doing the dance moves.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Okay. And then the part where she walks out of the building and gets in a fucking Ferrari or some shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, like it wasn't like, that's the thing. It wasn't supposed to be funny. It's just like, well, like okay, like what, like, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, what the fuck, bitch? Like, you in a expensive ass Ferrari, what were some other scenes? Oh, when she starts singing, Titanium.
She starts singing Titanium by David Guetta
as like a bedtime story.
Hey, you know what though? That's probably the hardest cover I've ever heard of that song.
Hey, she hit that, bro.
She hit that for real. Low key,
sounded good.
Listen, I'm not even ashamed to admit it. If Apple Music had a cover of that, I don't give a fuck, bro. It was clean, low key. That cover went hard. It was just the chorus.
Yeah, okay, but listen, that's type of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get it, it's comedy, but you could see it as campy at that point, because kind of like that. That reminds me of like one of those parody like scary movies.
God, the movies.
Yeah, like it reminds me of
scary movie,
like that
epic
scene.
movie,
Yeah,
movie. Yeah.
It reminds me of like of that scene, like randomly. Does that make sense? Because that's so random, and it's a funny song. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
You know what I
mean? It's like,
I know what you mean, but here's my thing. I think campiness in a movie can either be good or bad.
No, this was good. I thought it was good.
Right. Like, I'm not saying that these campy moments, for me anyways, personally, I don't think that it compromises the movie. And I don't really see them as flaws. No. Though I understand that it can be a bit campy. But there's good campy, and then there's campy where it's like bad, where it makes the movie cringe now. It crosses it crosses that line. But like all the scenes that we're just talking about right now, the comedic scenes that were in this movie, to me never crossed that line, and it was on the side of good campy, not campy where it's like, ugh, like now the movie's a comedy now, or now it's cringe, it's not as, you know what I mean? Yeah. Personally, I felt like those scenes did not cross that line. Yeah. That cover's still hard though.
Yeah, she and I guess it makes sense, right? Because like she doesn't know how to comfort her. She doesn't know how to like. I guess she's still learning. So what if she just heard that song and be like, "Oh, this song relates with what we're going through right now. Let me just sing it." You know what I mean? Like it could make sense in a way.
I'm just trying to hear rap Jeezy.
This no, bro. She started like rapping like some Cardi B shit. Oh my, it's a rap.
Like, Megan rapping WAP.
Yeah, nah,
fuck no,
it's a fucking raps. But
I'd unalive myself.
Yo, speaking of unalive, we forgot to fucking mention when we went to the theater, bro. There's a fucking baby. Oh. We forgot to mention that, bro. What the fuck? So,
dude, me and Hector, we pull up to the movie theater.
Yeah,
and we get to the auditorium, and we're walking in, and literally, like, you know how like when you guys walk into an auditorium, in our auditorium, this is what it is. Like, you walk in through the door, and like you walk through the little hallway before you get to the part where like all the seats are.
Yeah.
As we're walking down the hallway, as soon as we made that turn around the corner to find our seats, Hector surprisingly didn't hear it.
I did, Hav. I did hear it. I did hear it, but I just didn't know it was a baby.
So we heard a baby start like screaming and crying. Not like like it was throwing a fit, but like we just heard like yeah.
Like some
and I that's why I looked at you and I go,
dude, I was confused. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? He's like, bro, it's a fucking baby. I'm like, what?
I didn't tell you that till we sat down.
Oh yeah,
so we confused. Went in, we found our seats, we sat down, and I was like, bro, are you kidding me? And you're like, what? I'm like, there's a fucking baby in here. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, did you not hear the noise when we walked right in? And you were like, bro, I thought that was like a little kid, like
like a normal person, like fucking around before the movie starts.
I was like, no, bro, I saw a baby drinking a bottle on a woman's legs, on her lap.
Yeah.
And we were both like, oh, we rolled our eyes. We were like, no, this fucking baby's gonna cry through the whole movie.
And then it was like, because they were above us, and so you like nudged me, and you're like, look, and I looked, and sure enough, the fucking baby was dangling the fucking balcony. She was standing with the baby.
It was Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
what the fuck, bitch?
She was standing like against the balcony type of thing, like the guard with the baby. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, Javi's right, bro. It's a fucking baby.
But here's my thing, and I know we're supposed to review M3GAN, but like,
no, yeah, just really quickly.
Who's that fucking stupid?
Yeah, man.
Who brings a baby into a fucking movie theater?
In a horror.
A part of me wants to blame these people. Like, fuck you. Why are you bringing a baby? But another part of me also wants to blame the theater.
Yep.
Because how do they see them walking in with a baby?
They probably fucking hit him in a hoodie, bro. Like how we hide our snacks. They probably stuffed him in the hoodie or something. So
they just zipped that bitch up.
Yeah, like acted like she's pregnant or something.
Yeah.
Like,
that's terrible. But no, man, like a part of me wants to blame the people, but also a part of me wants to blame the theater, because it's like, how do you guys just let this woman walk in with a child?
Bro, it was like not even one. The baby was not even one.
No.
It was a small ass baby.
Yes,
dude.
yes.
Like, what the fuck?
I know. That's why I'm like, bro, like, dude, if I owned a movie theater,
yeah, I mean, nah, get the fuck.
There is an age restriction. Fuck off.
What would be the age? I said 8.
One thing.
said 8.
Here's my thing. Here's my age restriction.
Okay.
If your baby requires to drink out of a bottle, fuck out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. If your baby is like 2
Yeah.
or older, that's fine because oh shit, you're here to watch Minions.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a kids movie.
Right.
But bro, this is.
But not a baby who's not even 1 who's not gonna remember.
This is a horror movie. This is M3GAN. It's like, well, it's not rated R. Well, it's not. It's PG-13 because well, your baby's not 13, bitch. What the fuck? like, first of all, like, it's just.
And they were talking loud as fuck, bro. They were loud as fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
they were just talking and laughing and all this
It
bullshit.
was just so annoying.
Hopefully, they didn't really do it a lot during the movie. It was mostly during the previews, like the trailers and stuff. But I was just like, oh my god, bro, there's no way. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Hector. Because of that, now I'm low key debating if I want to go see any movie in theaters now. Because like I
think that was the first time that happened to me.
No,
like,
bro,
there
like
was a baby.
I can't. Like it's just.
Has this happened
like,
before? Has this happened to you before?
One time I went to go see Creed 2 in theaters with my aunt and my uncle and my sister, and we heard a baby cry there too. And me and my uncle looked at each other, locked eyes, and we went. We just shrugged our. We just like we had this despair look, like, oh my god, you kidding me? Surprisingly, not a peep. But we were still like, what the fuck? I went to go see No Way Home with my aunt, and there wasn't a baby, but there was a little kid, like 2 years old, who was fussing and shit because it was fucking 10 o'clock at night and probably shouldn't have been in bed, and was fussing and shit during the movie. And I was like, oh, right?
Yeah.
Recently, it happened with Smile, with all those fucking little middle school kids talking through the entire fucking movie. Your experience with Thor: Love and Thunder and that bitch who was fucking around with her snacks and you didn't hear shit going on and all this bullshit. Like, low key, just like I feel like I'm just scared to go see movies in theaters now because shit like this happens. And dude, imagine if we went to go see a movie that we're like fucking hyped for and it gets ruined by this.
By dumbass baby.
Dude,
bro.
I am actually so grateful that this bullshit didn't happen during Avatar.
Yeah, right.
Because that would have fucking ruined it for me, dude.
That's facts.
Like, that's why I'm like, fuck. Like,
and yeah, Javi was really upset, man. He said, yo, if this shit get annoying, I'm putting my AirPods in.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, damn, Javi, for real?
I was like, I didn't give a fuck, dude.
And honestly, man, like, I'm gonna just say this, man. Man, fuck you and your baby, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Yes.
Why the fuck are you bringing a baby that's not even 1 year old, like, to a fucking movie? Oh, but I wanted to go see it. I don't have anyone to, take care of it. Blah blah. Bro, it's opening weekend.
Then
go
stay home.
Yeah, stay home. Get a babysitter or go next week or go like a month after it's been released or some shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah. Like, you don't have to be stupid.
Like, yeah, like it's like common courtesy, bro.
I know.
Like, that's what it is. Like, and those people just didn't have it. It's like, what the fuck? And like, low key, I wanted to ask the people next to me, like, yo, like, fuck this baby, am I right? But like, but I didn't want to be like a dick. Like, oh shit, like, yo, this dude's tripping.
You don't like babies?
Yeah, for real. You like fucking babies? So I'm like, I'll curb stomp that baby, bro. My mom, bro. Like, but all jokes aside, man, it's not the baby's fault. Obviously, it's honestly the inconsiderate parents or guardians, whoever they are,
and again,
and
the theater for being like, come on now. Like,
yeah.
Why are you gonna bring a child in at 8 p.m.?
And speaking of that, someone actually went and complained.
I saw.
Thank God, someone went and complained.
Someone went, and we saw an employee, a worker in the theater, walk in. But I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but I saw this person walk in, went up to the top row of seats where the baby was, but I didn't see him do shit. He just kind of went up there and then came right back down the stairs.
No, I saw. He actually went and found him and he like leaned into him and was talking with him.
Oh,
I saw him lean in, and then he was there for a couple seconds and he left, and then shortly after, that's when those two girls took the baby. They stomped and ran down the steps. I don't know if you heard that.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck? With a baby in their hands. She was holding the baby like a football, dude.
Yes.
Stomping down the steps really fast. Like, what the? They looked young too. I think they were probably sisters or whatever. And they went down and then they sat in front of the fucking. They sat in the front row seats.
Like the middle row that's like right by where the exit is.
Yeah, like I don't know why they did that. Like, what the fuck did the dude tell him? Like, what the fuck? And me, I was hoping like, bro, please, like somebody
kick him out.
Get the fuck out of here. But surprisingly, it wasn't too bad. Sure, a couple noisy, like shut your ass up, bitch. But like, right, occasional, but it wasn't terrible. Like it wasn't full out crying. Because so PSA, man, fuck your baby, bro. Just don't bring it.
And stop bringing kids into the movie theaters.
Yes,
for real. Like, first of all, if it's a baby, off limits. I don't give a fuck.
Well, okay.
And if it's a family kids movie,
that's fine. Like,
then yeah, that's fine. But
don't take it to a fucking horror movie.
Yeah,
don't take your 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid at a horror movie.
Yeah, you're fucking stupid.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? Go take them to see Minions.
Even me, bro. Even 7-year-old Hav, who went to go see Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 in theaters, I still had the decency at 7 to sit down and watch the movie and eat my popcorn, drink my soda, quiet as fuck. Like, 7-year-old me could do that. You mean to tell me these fucking adults bringing a baby didn't know that? Yeah. And like, your IQ is negative.
And since we're talking about this, man, also fuck the teenagers. The typical teenagers that come in with a friend group. They pull in like 8 deep or 6 deep, and they act all loud and making fun of jokes and laughing all the time.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. You guys aren't cool either, bro. Fuck you.
I'll spit. A part of me wants to cut them a little bit. Trust me. Trust me. It's not even a lot. It's not even that much. Like 1% of slack. It's very little. But a part of me wants to cut them a little bit of slack because I get it. They're like middle schoolers. Visibly, they look like middle schoolers, and it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, I would have done stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I guess.
They'll grow out of it.
That's fact.
So it's fucked how like the roles are now reversed. Now I'm older and I get annoyed at shit like that, and it's happening, and I'm just like,
all right, I could cut her some slack, but if it was the Batman, it's a raps.
Oh, I'm breaking their ankles, bro.
I am the Dark Knight. When it comes to that,
I'm already black, so I'm the Black Knight. I don't know.
I'm the Riddler. Riddle me this. Now you're riddled in bullets. That's why they call me the Riddler. Fuck you talking about?
This is fun. You're
riddled in bullets. With Russia. No, from Russia with love. Shout out my Ukraine brothers.
Oh my god.
Hey, shout out Ukraine, man. We whooping Putin.
Oh my god.
But
riddled in bullets.
Riddled in bullets. That's why they call me the Riddler. Because I be riddling them in bullets.
Fuck no, I'm dead. Oh my
all right, but let's get back to it, man. We're so far in a tangent.
I know. It's just so funny.
But
I want to bring something up from the movie.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And this is something that I said as the credits were rolling.
Yeah,
I felt like when they first introduced Gemma, she was a prick.
Oh yeah,
dude, I was literally like, really? This is the character, the main character?
She just didn't want anything to do with Katie.
It's just like,
that's why she made Megan. Is like, oh, like even when they were promoting Megan, it's like, hey, Megan could, raise your kid or whatever, remind him of little things while you can do the important things, your career. You know what I mean? Yeah. Remember that shit?
And like, not only that, but like, just like the way that like she talked to her neighbor, which I get it. The neighbor, the dog situation, right? I get it. But like, just the way she would talk to the neighbor, just the way that she wouldn't try with the kid.
Yeah.
And like, just the way she like didn't care to like comfort the girl as much after her parents died, that she had to create a machine to do it for her type bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not even her intentions of creating Megan. It was just the way she carried herself and the way she would talk and stuff with the kid, with other people. I was just like, bro, why is this character being written like a fucking asshole? Like she's acting like a bitch. And here's the thing. And one thing that's like a kind of a red flag in a movie is that when you're introduced to main characters, you're not supposed to unlike them.
Right.
So,
but you know what? I maybe I can see why she was like that.
Well, sure. I know too. I know why.
Yeah, because she was put this. I guess I don't want to say burden. That's kind of fucked up. But it's just she was given this responsibility, and we get a hint that her and her sister weren't really close.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like that. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking.
And I get also the fact that she goes through a journey.
Yeah.
And she at the end ends up loving the girl.
Yeah, and realizing I got to be there for her, not a fucking doll.
Yeah. But like at the very beginning of the movie when she was acting that way, I'm like, all right, first impressions wise, this is terrible. I don't know why you made the character this way. I am now rooting for Megan to kill you. And you're never supposed to root for the villain. That's a red flag in any horror movie. Okay. That's why I can't watch stereotypical slasher movies, because now I'm rooting for Jason Voorhees to kill all you stupid ass college students. Like, oh, you all sleeping in the cabin? Like, Jason, get these motherfuckers because they're dumb as fuck and they act like fucking idiots. So, like, I hate that. And so, like, when I saw her acting this way, I'm just like, Megan, get this bitch, bro. Handle my light work.
You know, I actually liked Megan, man. I actually liked her, like, in the beginning and, like, even kind of through the end, man. I kind of liked her. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I liked her personality. I like that it was, like, what you mentioned before, like, the reboot of Child's Play where she thinks she's doing the right thing because all she sees is people hurting Katie. And what she's trying to do is protect Katie at all times. Which is literally
identical to the Child's Play reboot, because Chucky, right? Yeah. Reboot Chucky saw like what was hurting Andy, and he's like, nah, like I'm gonna handle that, and that's why he goes on a killing spree and all this shit.
But Megan was just better though, you know, like with the personality and everything else, like it was just better,
way better.
And yeah, so I guess another scene that I thought was kind of funny, it was like at the end when we're having the showdown with Gemma and Megan. When they start fighting and the whole chainsaw bullshit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But the scene where Katie is like, I have another friend.
Another family member.
And I'm like, at first, I was like a long lost brother or something. Like, I was like,
Chucky.
Yeah, right? Like another like Megan or some shit. Like, we're seeing a good Megan and a bad, because we forgot to mention, the reason why Megan was corrupted was because that fucking guy. Remember? Don't you remember?
What guy?
The guy, don't you remember the guy was transferring files or something? Is that the reason? Isn't that the reason why?
No.
What happened? Well, okay,
before Megan killed him in the elevator, you're like, oh, you were stealing files. At first, it was a practical joke, but then you do it and blah blah blah. Like, remember when she said all that?
Yeah, but why did she say, "Oh, I didn't do this. You did this. Like, you killed him. You did."
Because the fingerprints were on the knife.
I saw that. Yeah. I forgot.
She handed it to him.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. That's my fault. I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. And so, I thought when I first saw him doing that, I thought he was gonna fuck. I thought what was gonna lead Megan to become a killer is I thought he was gonna do something with like the computer shit. I thought he was gonna do something like that.
I thought so too.
You know what I mean?
And I was like, wow, this is identical to Child's Play reboot. But then once that happened in the scene where she kills the CEO guy, and they're in the elevator, and she's like, oh no, you did this and blah 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 because you know their boss treated you like shit and this and that. And you were stealing source codes and files from the company. At first, it started off like a practical joke, but then you got tired of the job. And so when she said all that, I'm like, oh,
I get it.
That's what that scene was where he was transferring shit. Because I'm like, oh, no way. Really? He's going to program Megan evil? Like that bullshit? Okay. Like they did with Child's Play? But no, she explained that was the reason.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So then I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like,
that makes sense.
I was like, thank God.
Okay, so back to what I was saying, right? The whole family member. I got a new family member. I thought it was going to be like another Megan or some shit. Like, we're about to see two Megans go at it.
Brunette Megan.
Yeah, right. Some shit. Because like while they were, when they were showing, they had some customization. You could change your like hair color,
her look and stuff,
for everything like that. I'm like, oh shit. But no, we get. And then this is the part where I thought was kind of like cheesy. I was like, oh, okay. Where they do the classic close up to her and she busts out her knuckles and she's like, yeah, like that shit. That was some like Spy Kids shit. Like, not gonna lie, that reminded me of like some Spy Kids shit. And she has these gloves that controls this huge ass robot that we got introduced in the beginning of the movie. Another invention that Gemma was doing, or a toy.
You remember the name?
What was his fuck?
Bruce.
Bruce, right?
And she's like, his name is Bruce. I go, Batman?
Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne? No. It's raps.
That's facts.
And then Megan does like the scanning shit. Hector Delano?
What the you tripping, bitch? You dumb bitch. How'd you know? I start shooting her.
Batman doesn't kill. Shut up, bitch.
For real. I'm the Dark Knight, bitch. I'm darker than the Dark Knight, ho. Literally.
I'm the Dark Riddler. Riddled and bullet.
The Dark Riddler.
I'm still not over that shit.
And then each bullet I have, the ones I shoot, says riddled. Because you've been riddled.
Oh my God.
Or like that'll be my catchphrase. You've been riddled. Bitch. And then a funny part of the movie could be like, why do they call you the Riddler when you don't even like do riddles? Watch. consider yourself riddled. Right? Then why do you always say riddle me this before you shoot? It's like, shut up, bitch. I can't explain everything. And I leave, and then I go back to, and then I sleep. I sleep and I can't sleep. Why? Because of that question. And I'm like, damn, why do I say that? It's like, why do I say riddle me this if I don't give him a riddle? Oh, we're just fucking around right now. But what was I saying? Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the big robot.
The big robot. You said it's a little cheesy.
No, well, that scene where she does the knuckles. Yeah, where she does the knuckle stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, we're seeing a robot against robot. What is this? Real steel? I was like, this shit lit, right?
Yeah.
And so she starts controlling him. She gets whooped and stuff. I thought that scene, I thought it was pretty cool, but like I just wanted to mention that part was kind of like corny to me. That part where she busted out the gloves, those metal gloves or whatever the fuck, you know, Hulk smash type shit. Like I don't know, but yeah, and I think like the movie, and also like for a horror movie, to me personally, I don't think it was really scary. You know,
yeah.
If anything, I think there was only like one jump scare or like two. I don't even know. But
that's fine because
I
don't like when a movie has a lot of jump
scares.
No,
that's facts.
Because that just feels like cheap ways to get the audience to get scared.
One thing for sure is like it's not necessarily scary, but there are some creepy parts and creepy moments.
There's
like
a lot of suspense.
Like when M3GAN would be all dandy, right? Oh, and then all of a sudden we just get a shot of her like being complete serious and just staring, and that's just like whoa. That's
and those fucking eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy, bro. It's like what the fuck. So there are creepy moments, and like I said, Javi said, the way they did the comedic bits, and sure, some people might think it's campy and stuff or not. They were done in the right place and didn't necessarily kill the mood. Didn't kill the suspense that you felt.
Right.
But yeah, honestly, low key, I kind of want to see. I kind of was expecting more people to die. She didn't necessarily kill a lot, bro.
So she killed the dog. I think that was the first victim.
Yeah, the neighbor. And then those two dudes.
The kid.
Oh, well, yeah, technically, yes.
Well, she didn't really kill him. She ripped his ear off.
That was gnarly as fuck.
And then he ran.
Yeah.
But he was chasing her, so I guess she provoked it.
Yeah, because he fell.
Trips down a hill, ends up on the street, gets run over. So we'll kind of count
that. We'll count it.
The two people, the two guys.
That's it.
And she tried to kill the two technician friends.
Oh,
then we saw that she survived. That they survived the explosion.
Yeah. And that's it.
And then the movie ends with them defeating M3GAN. Right? They stab the little chip in her head that was controlling her.
Yeah.
They stab it. She breaks down and stuff.
But that's what I was expecting. We just mentioned 5 people, or 4 people, excluding the dog.
Yeah.
I was expecting more kills. Not gonna lie. I was expecting her to go on a rampage, like in that building, the toy building. I was expecting a rampage.
I was expecting some shit there too.
Like her going crazy, like I don't know, like killing more people. But there's that, and then, what'd you say? So we ended off with they finally defeat her and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the cops show up, and we see that the two technician friends were alive, and we're like, okay, cool, whatever. And then they go outside to meet them, and then we see that like Alexa machine thing.
Yes.
Then turns on.
That Gemma uses to like it's like the house, bro. Like what is it? Like
it's like the Alexa shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Where you're like Alexa, like lights on, and then the living room lights on, or the hallway lights are on, or like open curtains, and the curtain goes like, because there's houses that do that and shit. So we see that in the background right before the movie ends, that we see that machine turn on, and it moves to where it points in the general direction that Gemma and the girl walked away from. And it almost looked like as if they started looking at her, and that's when we get black screen, roll credits. So it seems as though M3GAN has now passed on herself through other technology, and so we might end up getting a sequel.
I wonder how that would work. Would it be like? Because, like, here's the thing. Would they try again with this doll? You know what I mean? Because this is what I was thinking. Okay, let's say, oh, that was a fluke. Let's do it again. And they actually do it right this time. And then somehow... No, I don't think it'd work, bro. Never mind. Forget it. I don't think they would do that. Like, if it was a sequel, how would they do it? Would it be another killer doll? Would it be a killer house? You know what I mean? Because she controls the house, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not leaving. She locks the doors and shit or whatever. Like Monster House.
Like, wasn't there a Disney Channel movie in the 90s
that was like that?
that was like that?
I don't
It was
remember.
like a hologram mom. It was a
Hologram
dad
mom.
and 2 kids, a son and a daughter.
That sounds familiar.
And there was
Hologram
like
mom.
and this woman like was an AI program that ran the house and shit. Dude, it is an old Disney movie, like from the 1990s. Like 4-year-old me, Hector, was terrified of that movie. And it was a Disney movie because I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, is it Smart House?
That bitch. Look
Smart
at that,
House.
look at that creepy ass bitch, bro.
Smart House.
That's what you described reminded me of that. This fucking movie. Yeah, look at that creepy ass
Yeah,
bitch.
bro.
Hey, yo, she kind of bad though. What the fuck?
Now she bad.
No, like that bitch. Like 4-year-old me had scary fucking memories.
Oh, you're right. I remember this, bro. I remember this.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, what if they pull this? Right? I don't know.
Smart
what
House,
else-
rated R.
Megan House.
Megan
right.
House. Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know what.
Unless
yeah, what
Megan
they-
decides to take over the company and use the machines to create more Megans.
Whoa, on some. What Chucky movie is that? When there was a bunch of them. Do you remember that?
Cult.
Cult. Yeah, some cult
Cult
of
of Chucky.
Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Which. Wow, that's funny as fuck. Which
What?
also happened in the reboot of Child's Play. He
Oh,
hacked
yes,
the
you're
machines
right.
to create other Chuckies.
You're right. That did happen.
Fuck,
I forgot about
man,
that.
that's crazy.
Honestly, okay. We talked about their budget. We talked about the money they made. I think they're gonna make another one, man.
No, definitely. If it made its profit back,
Yeah.
definitely we're getting a sequel. And I hope that it still holds up. I'd like for James Wan to be attached to it, whether he makes the story or not.
Yeah.
Have him write the story. If he can't write or direct it for whatever reason, at least have him as an executive producer. Make sure that the movie stays on track to be a good sequel, because sequels can always be trash and stuff.
That's facts.
So you never know. But I just hope that they do it justice, because I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
I'm eating my words. I thought this movie was going to be
Surprisingly,
trash,
right?
But like, technically I'm not wrong, because there have been movies in the past
that's
that
true.
have come out in
Yeah.
January where you look it up, bro, and like the reviews and the scores and everything from any website you go to or any review that you look up, it's all trash. So I was just like, oh, a horror movie coming out in January. I've seen this before. And then surprisingly, it does really well. And as for the flaws that the movie had that I've seen other reviews talk about, campy moments and this and that. To me, I could see some of them, but it ain't compromised the movie, so I can't really see them as flaws. So I see this movie as kind of like a movie with not really that many, like no flaws at all.
Yeah, it's like
other than the fact that like I just didn't like how the Gemma character was portrayed at the beginning.
Yeah.
She eventually starts to grow and becomes a better person, but like in the beginning when she was just acting like a total bitch and just didn't care and taking care of the. Or like that one part where the technician friend calls her out, where it's like, "Well, you're just creating a caregiver doll. Like, shouldn't it be your responsibility to take care of your child?" It's like it's not my child.
Yeah, right.
The way she said it, I'm just like, bro, you are seriously Megan. Get her ass. Like, I told you, like, I was starting to root for Megan to kill her. By the end of the movie, I completely flipped. I was like, oh my god, I hope Gemma survives this. But in the beginning of the movie, I'm just like, nah, man. Like, the way they wrote this character.
But
so
we see that character development though.
Yeah,
She starts to realize, holy shit, you know what? I have to be there for her.
Yeah, I just wish that they didn't hammer the point home of her being such a bitchy person type of thing. You know, I just wish that maybe they would have dialed it back a little bit and still shown that she was not prepared, she was not experienced. You know, without having to show her act like a complete fucking. You know what I mean? But
there's another scene, bro, that I actually kind of liked. That I thought was kind of creepy. Was like when Gemma and Megan were fighting, right? And Gemma throws water at her and she starts freaking out, and then she starts going like moving like an animatronic, like some ring shit or some typical ghost woman with black hair that's crawling all weird.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, yo, that's pretty creepy. I kind of fuck with
reference throwback.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool, but. This movie was definitely exceeded my expectations. And with that being said, let's get to our ratings, man. You go first, bro.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, man.
Like I said, man, this is an enjoyable movie. It's definitely exceeded my expectations. I consider it to be a pretty good horror movie. It's enjoyable. It's short. It's simple. I definitely recommend it as a casual watch.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I'm going to have to go with like a strong... I'm going to go 7.
That's what I was gonna say.
A 7?
I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah, I see this as a 7.
Yeah.
A 7 movie.
It's definitely a 7, bro.
Yeah.
It's,
Which is not the worst start to 2023.
no.
You know what I mean? That's not
especially
bad at all.
Especially for a January movie.
Yeah.
And a horror movie.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean?
You know what I mean? Especially for a horror movie. But
yeah, so I'd say this movie is a solid
7, man. It is a 7.
It's a good casual watch. You gotta have fun with it.
Definitely a fun film, yeah.
You know, enjoy the comedic parts that it has. You know, enjoy the killings, enjoy the suspense and stuff. I think it's a pretty good movie. I'd recommend it to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, you took the words that I was going to say, bro. I agree. It's definitely a 7. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, don't let your past haunt you guys. Take it easy.
You see it?